Hello, welcome, Cabbage here. In Nier Automata, I went through the amusement park. In it, we fought a robot boss that had killed a lot of androids, but I felt like there wasn't a lot of insight into anything. It was just like a shock event. So, we'll skip ahead. We'll jump to the pacifist robot village. In the village, there's a robot named John Paul, which must be a reference to the philosopher Sartre. And I can take this video to talk about him and Camus and my relationship with existentialism. I find as these videos go on, I talk less about what's going on in the game and more about the bigger themes that the game sort of brings up. But maybe it gives my videos a different flavor, and I think maybe the creators would enjoy if I went into these topics anyway, so let's plow ahead. Unfortunately, I've turned off comments because I want to avoid spoilers. I would like to hear from people if they enjoy me kind of addressing these sorts of topics, but I'm just going to have to rely on my old strategy of just making the videos that I would enjoy seeing. Anyway, I am not religious, but in high school I became that age when most of us began to search for, meaning in our life or for our identity. And I looked into various belief systems and philosophies at the time. But I read Satre and Camus, and that stuff hit me like a lightning bolt. It really resonated with me more than anything else. They said that human life has no inherent meaning, which is tied to existentialism, although they would reject that label, and that it's up to the individual to create that meaning for themselves. Furthermore, Satre said that unlike tools which have an ideal form, there's no ideal for how a human must be or act. There is no blueprint. So as we make decisions and take actions in our lives, we define ourselves as we go. We are not defined by who we are, but by what we do, which kind of speaks personally to me, because a lot of people will judge me by the way that I look or the way that I present myself, and I would rather that people judge me by what I do. But anyway, maybe I'll talk about that in a future video. And yes, the two philosophers, they said that humans have free will to make decisions and take actions as they like, which can be terrifying. It's kind of like, the universe is silent and we are just kind of going through it and then trying to create meaning for ourselves, create an identity for ourselves. But although some people could, consider this terrifying, I saw it as freeing, actually. If life has no inherent meaning, then I don't have to feel beholden to anything like, high above, except for my own sense of like ethics, morality, manners, stuff like that. I just have to be able to live with myself. And it's not nihilism, which I think a lot of people mistakenly attribute to this game. It's a belief in the self, while also abiding by the social contract. I'm a pragmatic person. I think people have watched my videos a while probably know this already, because I try to be aware of the nature of game companies in particular, how they're running a business and selling a product, and that there's certain realities that we as players have to acknowledge. But I think the choice of Satre over Camus as a named character in Nier Automata is telling, because Satre was also a fan of Marxism and communism, and even though humans have free will, he said they are restricted in their decisions and actions by society and the economy. And that seems to speak to 2B and 9S, and although she hasn't appeared yet, A2, butting up against the Yorha order to varying degrees. I think Satre had a dim view of humans overall, which is why I gravitate more towards Camus. I want to be optimistic about the possibility of acting ethically in a silent universe, to paraphrase Camus. Okay, but we are going through the kind of the pacifist robot village, and here we see John Paul. I've talked to him a few times, and he has his own mini quests. he just seems to be kind of spouting psychobabble, which doesn't really relate to anything, rather than actually being like a kind of a coherent messenger of Sartre's thoughts. I don't know if I'm going to continue his mini quest because you have to go back and forth between these women, these female robots, and I'm trying to cut down on mini quests in this game because I'm more focused on this story. And then in future videos, I would like to talk about philosophy more. I'm no expert, you know, I've read a few books, I've taken a few courses. And then I've seen quite a few articles online talking about how Nier Automata is the most philosophical video game of all time. We'll see about that. I haven't read any of those articles because, again, I want to avoid the spoilers. But I don't have high hopes for the depth of those articles. Okay, so here I have another shop where I can buy weapons. And then I'm thinking I want to only buy and then upgrade the weapons in Nier Automata that I also have in Nier Reincarnation, because I want to be able to compare the weapon stories that they have. I think that might be fun. But the machine axe, machine spear, and the machine sword, I have all of those in Nier Reincarnation, so I'll get those and I'll compare them. But there are some other ones, like Kaine from Nier Replicant. I don't have her, so I don't have her sword, so it wouldn't make sense to buy the sword for her in this game. And also the Phoenix Greatsword, I think, is also available here in Nier Automata, but I don't have that in Nier Reincarnation, so can't compare the stories there either, unfortunately. Okay, and then here we have the Elder for this pacifist machine village, Pascal. I don't know if that's a reference to anything. And then it seems we hear this great noise. And there is a Goliath-class enemy. That's the Emil boss, which I cut out of my previous videos, but very, very big robot. So we are going to head back to the city and take care of that. Alright, things are still suspicious. I don't know quite who to trust, but we'll go check it out. Okay, that'll do it for this video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again. Take care.